All right, we're here with basically a user submitted deck. Someone that watches the stream sometimes said he gets really good results with Jodah. I'm sure he does. And here we're gonna hear trying his list. I'm missing a couple cards of his list, so mine's a little bit different. There's a couple mythic rares I'm not running. The biggest one I don't have in this one is Jin Cataxias. I would say if you like this list, you absolutely want to slap that in here somewhere. Maybe instead of something like Star of Extinction, because this card is pretty cool. But, excuse me, Cruel Reality. I love this card, but there's a lot of decks that can just sacrifice a creature over and over and not really even notice, and they never lose 5 life. And also, losing 5 life a turn is great and all, but there's a lot of, like, dragons for 5 that just smack your opponent with haste that costs not 7, you know? This is more resilient, I suppose, but you know how it be. Gigantha is cool. It kind of lets you tap Jodah, right, for the mana, and then you can cast something off of Gigantha basically for free, right? You just tap it for this, and then boom. We're running a companion, and now I think the companion is the coolest part of this deck, where you don't have any 1 or 2 mana spells at all, and you're just running a boatload, like a whole page of 3 mana rocks, because he'll draw you a ton of cards through that. And surprisingly, it worked out. I played this deck a few times last night. I had a very long matchup too. One of them, a super grindy deck, but it was a mono blue deck with like very counterintuitive cards, like the guy who you can't counter spells when he's in play, and they have counter spells in their deck. So like they were just kind of yanking their deck in different directions, and it just didn't work out. They ran out of resources. But yeah, it seems cool. I was keeping track when Jodah would be better or worse than Golos. And there was only one time where Jodah was significantly stronger than Golos in that game. I still lost the game, unfortunately, but that's not the point. The point was just that it was better than Golos for that one turn cycle. So yeah, let's see how we do this time when I'm streaming it. Also, like and subscribe. I stream on Twitch at 6 p.m. Eastern on X amount of days throughout the week. And let's play Magic the Gathering. Yes. I really want to keep track of when I think Golos is a stronger commander in whatever scenario. This hand, that's funny, this hand actually has one of the 10 drops in it, so this is a really good Jodah hand. It's got one of our mana rocks and a sweeper, which is cool. The first sliver. So there's not a lot of diversity in the sliver decks because there's only like so many slivers. You're kind of stuck doing that, but it's a 5-color deck. I don't think, can't remember the last time I played against slivers though. Might have been a minute. I don't think it got anything new. Maybe a couple artifacts or something for the new set. A couple strong green cards there. Not slivers though. Alright, this is a pretty solid start though. That's kind of unfortunate for us. Do we play an untapped land to foretell? We do have double white. No, we do not have double white, actually. So we couldn't do this on 3 anyways. No, but we can still get away with foretell though. It's not like it's too big of a deal to not let that happen. I'm sorry, what? Okay. I don't think there's any spot removal in our deck. I think it's just a ton of sweepers. Ooh, there's another really good hit here. So we got to keep track of our lands to make sure we play the right things here to be able to activate Jodah. And I believe that involves not playing this. So Teamer and red-white. So this can be green, blue, red. I think we're just doing this. I think I'm just going to do this. Opponent has a counterspell here. This is probably something they're not interested in. No, it could be anything. Can you sacrifice this on yourself? No. I know Zakama's great. Unfortunately, Zakama's not very strong with Jodah, because... Or Golos, really, early. Because you can't really benefit from untapping all those lands. My opponent had literally nothing. I find that strange. But I guess we'll take advantage of it. We're going to try to cast Golos. I don't expect counter spells. Removal spells maybe, but not really counter spells. And there is a bit of a little bit of an awkward sequence almost every single game, and that is the fact that we're not running any 1 or 2 mana cards. We always have an extra mana the turn we play Jodah, right? Because we have a ton of 3 mana rocks. 3 mana rocks. And so we play them and land in the same turn. Or whatever. Well, that was insane. Why didn't they... Oh, right, because I have a 4-3. Alright, so... Fortunately, we have perfect 5-color mana. This is not a common thing, but I will take it. I'm actually going to exile the Haste Sliver, because that can be a significant issue. Instead of just lands. Yeah, alright, so that's crazy. Right there, the first game, Jodah 1, Golos 0. That's funny. Nice. But yeah, you have like an extra mana floating every time you cast Jodah, because you have all these 3 mana rocks. So you never get your turn 3 Jodah with a 2 mana ramp spell, or even a 1 mana ramp spell. Into turn 4, use him to do things. It's always the same turn sequence that Golos would be, which is turn 4 Golos, turn 5 7 drop, or just activating Golos. So you don't get the benefit of Jodah costing 1 less than Golos because you're running the companion. Alright, we're against the Teamer Omnath. This hand is decent. Dryad is basically a Chromatic Lantern, except it doesn't tap for mana itself. Fierce Empath has done me some pretty good solids, because when you can't play things off the top, it's nice to put them in your hand. It feels a little slow, because I don't have a 3 mana rock, and the deck has like 24 of him, so there's 40 lands as well. Alright, I like this. This is better. We have Jund mana with 1 white source, so no blue. Better than Essica so far? Well, yeah, Mike, I can't get Essica to work. Not yet. Oh, look, it's Essica. Do we keep it? It does tap for mana. It actually does do something. And I am down... Like, this could be my blue source. I think that's better than a random card here. Especially when I still have land drops to make. It's not like I really need a land right now. I do have double green. I can Essica, so... It would be unfortunate to rely on that. It's a little slow. You gotta take what you can get. Okay, so we play you. Yeah, Zakama's cool with... You know, Zakama works with both. It works with both. You just have to cast it. It doesn't have to be from hand. But, okay, so we did this. So, no turn... Actually, we could still pull it off, though. We found blue, so we... What is happening? Alright, tapped. I guess I just put this to hand. I could curse our opponent. It's very, very, very slow. Losing 3 life a turn, they could do that for 20 years and be fine about it. I could just run this out, but I kind of prefer to have this as an enchantment at some point. Yeah, we'll just do this. It feels kind of harmless, and I'll just get it out of hand here. Seems fine. Could have seen an argument for playing this, absolutely. But I don't think I have to. I kind of want to build up a Star of Extinction turn here. Enters the battlefield, any target equals the number of elementals, and then when you land, counter 8 or more, draw. Okay. Alright, so pretty weak start from the opponent here. Oh boy. Alright, so now let's pay attention. We got blue, white, red, black, green. So we have one of each color. So this will work next turn. I don't know what I'm going to be playing. Probably the ultimatum here. Escape the wilds. Okay, that's not... Alright, sweet. No burn spell. No lightning bolt. Jodah looks like he's going to live. And it looks like it's going to be pretty good. Pretty good indeed. They are drawing a lot of cards, though. Like, a lot of cards. Oh my god. No red source, though, so I'm not too scared of anything crazy. Oh, that's well, that's unfortunate. Okie dokie. Found the red source. Second red source. We can just play Essica instead. Seems pretty strong here. Avoids all the potential nonsense that could happen. Guarantees that I hit something good. One more land and I can play Starve Extinction as well. For now, I'll just play Jodah again, I think. Playing Essig as a mana dork could work too, but I'm just going to do this. Crawling Barrens. Okay, good thing I didn't cast Essica. That would have been very bad. They killed the wrong card, so we're very happy. The thing of Scarabs wasn't doing a single thing. Are we dead, though? If I have to block, then, I mean, we're just dead. Because I'm not doing anything. Oh my god. Aw. Okay, well. There's that. Alright, well, now I have to block, so there goes, Jodah. Well, if this was Golos, we'd be able to get lands every time we've cast them, and get ourselves out of this by actually casting stuff, because we'd have guaranteed the World Tree, and now we can't do anything. Nope. There's 3, and I'll have 3 mana left. Alright, fine. So we do this. This doesn't really save us, though, but it could do something. So we get rid of all these cards and look for a white source, board wipe. Nope, dead. Trying to find an untapped white into Wrath of God or something. Yep. Yeah, in that scenario, obviously, casting Golos would just give us the World Tree, and we don't have to worry about Jodah dying, and we can actually just cast the cards out of our hand like we would with Jodah. So I'm going to give that one to Golos there. The Brazen Borrower was bad. I'm sure there's a lot of things that answer a 4-3, but... DS Swing, or DS Wing, or Diswing. Combo's cool. Emergency Powers is cool. 5-color thing here. We got Jeskai, we got green. Alright, we're kind of 1 color short, sort of, but any land will do because we got Manolith. This isn't the first deck I ever made. My, like, 98 card blue-black thing. When I was a wee lad. What is this? Sacrifice this, search your library for a... Oh, cool. Alright. Okay, we found the mana. Actually, no, we didn't, because we have a colorless source. This deck is running Field of the Dead, which is very greedy, but it's not impossible. Also, I don't have a lot of good targets for the Adventure Fair. There's what you call it? This is blue or green? Green, because this is Jessica. Yeah, we have a lot of what do you call it? I can't remember the name. Mana rocks, but there's not a lot of powerful things. There's no like God Pharaoh statue, which I'd like to have in here. Maybe I could figure that out if I'm gonna try to get this work. So we're in a scenario where casting Jodah seems great, but casting Hour of Promise is just stronger because it guarantees that I don't have to have him survive against a red-based deck. And Hour of Promise guarantees my mana colors while also doing the same thing this would do, which is casting one very powerful spell a turn, except this just can't die. So we're gonna do that instead. So we get the World Tree, never worry about our mana again. I guess I can get Field of the Dead as well. I did not have to shock myself. That was a little bit of a mistake. I didn't realize. Yeah, I didn't have to do that. Alright, so our opponent can play their commander this turn, and we have no way to, like, punish this or really deal with it, so we're just going to wing emergency powers, I think. Kama's good. Maybe Kama's fine as well. It is indestructible. Especially next to these zombies, it seems pretty decent. I'll play this one. I can just... It's 4 counters, right? Yeah. So they are bigger than my thing, but I think we're happy with this. Look at the top draw. Greatest power, sure. Well, okay. They found one of their 2 answers, or maybe even 1 answer to Kama, because it's basically indestructible. Alright, if World Shaper dies, they get 3 lands in play. So I'm just going to chump block it for now. Essica is good, but I think we want to lead with emergency powers. Just start doing things here. So we're going to do that. It also resets our opponent's graveyard, so they don't have any lands in there. No permanents. Yikes. Nothing to do. So do I just play this? I kind of want to cycle it at this point. I mean, I could cycle with this, so yeah, we'll just run this out. It's good with a companion because it counts as something to do with all my mana. And I guess we're passing. I've played a land for the turn. I could put this into hand, but it's not actually drawing too many cards. Well, I mean, it's drawing significantly less than Valakut Awakening. I'm going to pretty much get rid of this whole hand except River's Rebuke. Bone Crusher Giant's another strange one in this deck. There's not a lot of decks that have the prevent damage indefinitely style thing going on. So it's just kind of like a efficient card that's in the deck. Okay. At least there's no counterspells, so we know the River's Rebuke's going to work. And it's nice to have it happen after they play a bunch of lands. And they're putting them all in the same cards, which I don't really agree with. Unless they have some way to give it trample, I guess. Okay. Oh, they did. They had a way to give it trample. Alright, so we take a big chunk here. They swing with their commander, huh? Interesting. Okay, so we want to kill nothing. We just want to take the least amount of damage possible. So we take 15. Oh my god. Alright. I mean, we're not dead. And then we can pretty much get rid of this whole hand. Yep, just draw 5. River, oh, Star of Extinction's 20 damage, so it does work. That's pretty good here. I love this card. Let's get rid of the green. I don't know. play land. I can Fierce Empath to get Agent of Treachery for later, if I feel like that's something I want to do. And I think it is something I want to do. Could play a Mana Rock, Idyllic Tutor. But this guarantees an Agent of Treachery our opponent will now know about, so maybe there's something they'll try to play around. I could just get Ulamog as well, but this deals with their commander permanently. I feel like that's pretty important. But I think I want to get Ulamog. Why would I pass that up? Let's just get Ulamog. Grumgully. Oh no. We're dead. That's lame. That is so lame. Oh, that sucks. No! Tutor for Overwhelming? What do you mean? Zakama Tutor for Overwhelming? Overwhelming Splendor? Oh, I don't have the card in the deck. I don't actually own that one. That's a card I'm missing. What do you mean grab Zakama Tutor? What does that mean? Did I have a tutor in my hand? Oh, I did. I have Idyllic Tutor. You're right. I had Idyllic Tutor. Overwhelming Splendor is definitely one of the stronger cards. It just shuts down a lot of things. I can see that being good. We were close though. You weren't running a Manolith in here. I was surprised. Manolith was not in the list you linked me. I replaced like I think 8 cards that I didn't own. None of them were super expensive, except Gitaxias and the card we were just talking about, Splendor. Elish Norn. Yeah, you can shut down their entire creature base. I don't know. I'm not big on Elish Norn. Usually Splendor's good enough as is, especially with the amount of sweepers. You should be able to deal with the 1/1s just fine. But Elish Norn is also a way to really close it out, especially against like some of the red decks, even the Sliver deck. Honestly, I should have paid more attention. What color are we picking? Blue? No, black. So we want black on this. We're playing against vampires? Yep. This one. Oh, come on. Yeah. Oh my god. Alright, so the attacks. I mean, it's not doing much right now, but it's always. Every time I play against a Sorin, not even just as a commander, but like regular historic, they always have a 5-mana vampire. It's like every time. It's so depressing. It's really good to have that here. Okay, so we play this as blue, and we can go for Mana Rock or Gift of Paradise, kind of similar. This might be a little bit better. Yeah. All right. I have time. Problem is they're mono black, so Jodah's probably just going to die instantly every time I play him. But that's the name of the game, so we're going to try to do it. We're going to play this one. Shouldn't matter at this point. We got black, any, blue. Yeah, we got them all. And here we had 5 mana on turn 4, where we would probably have preferred Golos getting World Tree here instead, because we can do the same thing this can do, except this doesn't have to live, which is kind of huge. Oh, they actually had a kill on board. I didn't see. Oops. Yep. Whoopsie daisies. So again, if this was Golos, we would have gotten World Tree, and we could just cast these out of hand, nice and easy. Okay. With that being said, I should have definitely cast a ramp spell here, like this. Or maybe even this, actually, would have been fine. Are we dead? Oh, we gained 3. I can, yeah, Druid would give me the land, I guess. Play this as anything. I guess red. And we can kill this with Ujin. I feel like I have to. I can play these. But I kind of have to get that 5/5 out of the way. Otherwise, nothing matters. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, it's only 1 counter. I was going to say. They get 5 counters here, that'd be insane. But it's just 1. This is a weird card to see. I know their commander gives counters, but it's still kind of strange. I think it's better as just a creature. Like any creature would be better than this. I don't see them putting a lot of counters around. Okay. Yeah, I didn't really make much headway here. But I guess I didn't die. Okay, still no World Tree. Even Field of the Dead. If this was Golos, I could have gotten Field of the Dead too. So I can play this, use it as a blocker, play Gift of Paradise, gain 3. Pretty much like I have to do that now. Put this on the colorless land. Because the Dryad's pretty much going to die. Okay, they get Faceless Agent, which is another random vampire, but it costs 3 mana, so... Whenever a creature dies, you may pay X, where X is its power, and draw that. Okay, that's unfortunate. So they can give Gifted Aetherborn Flying, or they can kill my creature and just kill me. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, yep. Yep, if that was Golos, we could literally cast the cards out of our hand. And the exact same sequence would have been... it would have been the exact same, because I had 5 mana on my turn 4, because they're the legion of 3 mana rocks. So I'm going to put that one Golos' favor. But I suppose I could have played the Dryad instead there. I didn't realize they could just Lightning Helix for free. If I saw that, I wouldn't have played them. I didn't read it. So that is unfortunate. Though an extra land in that instance wouldn't have been too strong, the only thing that would have been important is the Dryad surviving. But it didn't die to the ability, because it does have 4 toughness. Alright, is this mono green? Rishkar, that's the mill thing? No, this is the counter thing. Okay. Ooh, I think we like this hand. I really like Shark Typhoon, so... Yeah, if the Dryad survived. Yeah. I think I was a mana short, though, wasn't I? I only had 5 lands in play. I think. I'd have to go back and look. At the time, I could have played it. Because I didn't have another land in hand, other than the extra land I would have played in the same turn sequence there. Okay, so we have Jeskai. Red, green... Red, white. So we're missing black again? Okay, so black. Blake. With Wynkin Constrictor? Ha, that's funny. Fortunately, that card is Blake. So this comes in untapped. And then we play Letter. Yep. Yes. Can we play a tap land next turn? This guy? Yes, we can. Okay. What on earth does this do? Enters the battlefield, blah, blah, blah. I think we're going to sweep the board here. Probably. feel like I should. I could get greedy and wait a turn. It's not like I'm just immediately dead. But in that turn, I'm not actually doing much. So I might as well just do it now. Yeah, I'm not doing really anything if I'm not just doing this, so. Alright, there's a good card. There's a saucy card. This guarantees perfect mana for the rest of the game. And we also have another sweeper. I think I can replace Idyllic Tutor with another board wipe because I don't have Overwhelming Splendor. I do have other decent enough things, though. So we can try to just do this and cheat out, I don't know. I mean, there's nothing to cheat out, right? Like this and this are the same exact thing, except this doesn't have to worry about dying. Because we're going to do the one powerful spell a turn style thing anyways. I might as well get lands and zombies while I do it. I should have played a land first. Yeah, I would have got a zombie. I would have got 2 zombies if I played a land first. That was a huge mistake. Whoops. Now we just get 1 zombie. It's not super different, but it does mean I can't just double block here. Oh, I couldn't double block anyways. Never mind. Well, I'm going to block. Hopefully they do something that is worth fumigating. Because then I have a decent Casualties of War after. They have pretty much the strongest enchantment in their entire deck. Okay. Well, I can agent their commander, but I feel like blowing up the board is a little bit better here. Yeah, we also have the mana to pick up our companion. Man, I love this companion. This is great. It was a game where I had like 6 mana rocks too, and it just drew me a whole new hand. Okay, what is this doing here? It's got hexproof, beginning combat, put 2 counters on another creature you control. Okay, I can't steal it. I can't kill it. I can look for... Splendor would be amazing here, but we don't have it, unfortunately. Omniscience is alright, but it's not super strong in this with this hand, unfortunately. Typhoon first? Maybe. I can see that being a good line. But here I think we're going to get... I like Curse to start drawing cards. We don't really need Omniscience. I guess we can just take it. I don't know. We'll just take it. 5%. Cruel Reality? No. Well, maybe, because it does demand that you sacrifice. I don't think you can lose life unless you do sacrifice creatures. So maybe that is a sound argument. But I think we're fine with the Casualties of War here. I think we're not in a danger of dying. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. Oh, well, that's not good. Yeah, that's not good. Alright, now we're kind of in danger of dying. Vorniclix doubles the counters, so that's kind of crazy. We could take an extra turn. I can steal Vorniclix. It means their counters are cut in half. Whenever they put a counter on something, they, like otherwise they would, they don't, or something like that. So this seems pretty strong. Like, losing some things. Ooh, and I can do this too. Alright. And we have a 2/3 as a blocker. Because this doesn't have to survive to keep the Vorniclix. But yeah, probably Cruel Reality would have been a little bit better here. In that turn sequence, I would have died if I played it, but... What does this do? Okay. Shields down. They didn't do anything. We can... When do they get counters? Beginning of combat. Okay. I do want to get this into play. And I feel like I can now take a turn off to do so. Especially how I can make a shark out of nowhere with Valakut's Awakening. Alternatively, I can play it as a land to make a zombie. That's probably a little bit better. It gives me my 10th mana, so I can play Omniscience. I like that. I still get a token this way, so seems fine. And I am not going to attack, because we don't have to. We can just sit back. And unless they somehow get flying in their mono green deck, I think we're good here. Primeval Bounty. Ooh, spicy. I like that. But they have to play lands for that to do things, right? No, it's just, it does things as things do. Okay, so now we have Omniscient. Ooh. Ah, this dies, though. See, I don't want to lose the 10/10 Shark. No, let's not be ridiculous. I think we can go over the top here. Just destroying our opponent. So creature, land, enchantment. They have no artifact. Yeah. And then we draw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Is it own or control? Control, so 6. We draw 6, and then we just win from there. We'll just win. Alright. Next game. We didn't need Jodah there. But if I didn't have Hour of Promise on the top of my deck, I would have probably preferred Golos in the spot that Jodah was in, as I would have been able to get the World Tree and done something very similar there. Is this the 5-color Allies deck? Or I guess it doesn't have to be Allies. No, it's the 5-color D&D thing, where you have to get like parties and stuff. I've never played against it. Oh, I love this hand, but I can't keep it. I need like, unlike Golos, I need a payoff spell kind of in my hand while I'm not mana screwed for the rest of the game. Also, Cultivate only gets 1 land because there's only 2 basics, so we'll just... Okay, this is very similar, except I now have a payoff spell, so we'll take that. I don't know, they have the best land ever. Turn 1. Yikes. So they basically got the rainbow colors right out the gate. A Foretell on 2. Interesting. Well, they have a 3-drop, because they wouldn't shock themselves. They have a plan for next turn. We'll just play this one. I think it's fine to cycle this. Hitting lands alongside of 3 turns of Lockets seems pretty good. Because we got so many mana rocks already. We just want to hit land drops every turn. Let's see. We got red, green, any. So we can blue, white, black. So this can be blue. And then we can play white. So there we go. We got our colors. This can be black. Oh, okay. Our opponent either didn't hit... Wait, what? Why did they scoop, actually? What was this? Haunting Voyage? Okay, well, that wasn't doing much. They played a land and they scooped. Okay, sure. We'll take those. That was weird. They scooped very fast, too. It's almost like the pizza was at the door. Like, like they just scooped. Huh. I wonder what was up with that. Interesting. Alright, what is this? Zombies fly. Okay. You can sacrifice non-tokens to make flying token zombies. Sure. So we can bounce their tokens. They lose them forever. We have a... Whoops, I did not mean to just click keep there. I did not mean to do that. However, I would have kept this regardless. So here we are going to play... Oh god. Anything except blue and white. So black is fine. We just need black and red. Black, red, blue, white, green. The heck is this? Creature does hex. Okay. So this is, what do we do? Black. So this has to be red. We do have Chromatic Lantern, so this isn't super relevant, but you never know. Alright, so they like giving this hexproof. I don't think we care about this at all. The creatures hitting us are going to do it regardless if this is alive or not. So now we play Chromatic Lantern, so we don't have... We can actually just play Replicating Ring to maybe get 1 tick further on it. No, I like Chromatic Lantern. I just like this. Expecting this to get all 8 counters before the game is over. It has only happened to me once, and it's not super relevant. This is a weird one. You have to sacrifice it for it to do its thing, but I mean, with this commander, I suppose it's very good because you can do that, but typically I don't know how you pull off this card working. It's a very strange card, but in this instance it's pretty good. But we do get to wipe the board. I feel like now is the time to do it, especially when their next turn would just be recasting their commander. I could just wait a turn, but while they're tapped out, I feel like I really should just Fumigate. Resets the commander, resets the board. They can recast the commander, but that's totally fine. It means we get another window here of opportunity to do whatever we want. We don't have any strong motive to cast this, and these two are extremely similar, right? Making your 7 drops cost 5 and just ramping 2 extra lands. So they're super similar, except I don't have to demand this to stay in play. And I can also do other things in the same turn cycle, which we will do, which is this. Into Cultivate. Get 2 lands out before I draw them. Play you, play Temple. Alright, so now we're set up to pretty much play anything off the top. And we have a very strong companion. Okay, it's got hexproof. I didn't save them last time. They don't have anything else to do? Really? Okay. Sure. Play Midnight Clock. Probably just counter spells, but I think we're fine. I have to admit this deck is fun. Yeah, I mean, it's just, in my opinion, it's just a Golos deck with a slightly awkward commander. But I do like it. I mean, my favorite lists are usually 5-color commander decks. I love this stuff. I really like this companion. I really like the companion with the mana rocks. That's been very strong. Just having this like extra card and then a consistent way to draw a ton of cards. I really like that. What the heck is this? Cast a spell, copy it. Okay. They do not swing. I don't know why. They swung last time. This doesn't do anything without creatures in play, right? Yeah. So they just declined to attack this time. I don't really want this to get countered. I'm going to lead with a cycle here. And I prefer my commander to get countered. So, yeah, my 1 and 2 drops aren't really helping me win against aggressive strategies anyways, usually. So, counter target spell. Oh wow, you can actually pay 1 mana for that because it didn't come out of my hand. That's a cool counterspell. I like that. It's like a Tail's End almost. So we put this to... Yep, put that there. Lead with this here. Mana Geode. It lets us scry, but we're looking for gas here. We draw enough off of this, and the Midnight Clock is starting to threaten them. I could just put this into play, but I don't see a reason to. There's a good chance the 2 damage is strong enough to kill some kind of creature from them. Now that creature costs 8 mana. A 0/17. What the... So they get a 17/17 zombie token? Oh my god. Okay, sure. That's pretty cool. But we're still in a predicament where they don't have to do anything and we're stuck under counter spells. I can force out the counter spells as the game proceeds, and I suppose that's fine. Like, they have to counter this again if they're scared of me cheating a card in play, even though I would have just played it out of hand. Opponent maybe either realizes that or doesn't have a counter spell. We can do it with this, doesn't matter. And playing Jodah first gives me an extra card, so. Nope, opponent saw through it. This is an instance where we would obviously prefer this to be Golos, as we could get Field of the Dead in this instance, because it otherwise isn't doing anything. But I guess we can block the 17 flyer if that's something we need to do. And I think it is, because if we don't block it, then they proceed to bounce... Wait, what is this? Okay, proceed to bounce something, I'm screwed. Target player mills 4. Should probably target yourself. They target me. I don't think it's ever right to mill your opponents in this format. Ever. But opponent does it. I think they should mill themselves. Especially as like a blue zombie deck, it seems like you'd want to mill yourself. I don't know what else this card is doing, except turning into a 4/4 flyer, which isn't particularly strong. Okay, so we're going to do this and hope it works. Could do this first, right? It doesn't really matter which order I do it in. This just puts this into play first, because it's 1 minute cheap. Yeah. Alright, please don't have a final counterspell in hand. That would make me a happy person. Okay, so we got rid of the serious threat. And we're very close to Midnight Clock. In fact, we can just pay mana into it to flip it on our own turn, I believe. Yep, it doesn't matter when. It doesn't check to see like your upkeep or whatever to see when it needs to do this. So we could just fire this off. It does cost a fair amount of mana, though. Again, with the milling me. They hit Ulamog, though. Ooh, This shuffles my graveyard in, doesn't it? Yeah, so actually milling me doesn't do anything at all. Alright, so we can swing and then Starve Extinction. Feel like that's pretty strong here. Yep. Get rid of a land too. Jodah's wasn't doing much anyways, so this is fine. I can recast it if I want. But I don't think there's a wait, can I? I cannot. Okay. And we pass. No reason to play this. I'm probably going to just do the stomp so it doesn't get shuffled away. Yeah, we're just going to stomp face and then ping with this. We're going to do it on this turn because we draw an extra card otherwise. Untap, upkeep, draw. So now we draw a card for turn. Okay, so we can blow up their commander again, but I'm not super scared of their commander. Dryad is decent with this hand because there's so many lands in it. Again, this is a hand you'd absolutely prefer Golos in the command zone instead, because I would be able to start pulling things from the top instead of relying heavily on the top of my my top decks or just cards in hand. Also, Golos dying to things like your own sweepers is fine because he still did what you wanted him to do, which is get a land. This is fine, just coming into play, right? Yeah, we just cast this out. Alright, so we can cast a sweeper next turn. And we actually could get Replicating Ring to pop off here. 8, remove them all and put 8 colors. Yeah, we're wicked close to this. That's really funny. We have so much mana. Aegis Turtle. 1 mana, 0/5. Okay. Sure. They sacrifice it on their own turn. I don't know what that's about. Let's find out. Okay, so they're going to untap their commander to do it again. I'm liking this deck. This is cool. Last night I saw, like, you linked me the list, right? And I started playing it like 2 in the morning. And I had a 45-minute game against this mono blue deck. It was the most insane game. They randomly generated a Swords to Plowshares off of that, like, random tome thing that gets you 1 in 10 spells. And they exiled Ulamog and Zakama because they pulled it out of the graveyard with the card that says you can't counter spells or whatever, like the mono blue Past in Flames. It was completely insane. So they cast 1 Swords to Plowshares on 2 of my best creatures, but I still won the game. I couldn't believe it. I still won though. Now we can sweep the board, which puts them at a huge disadvantage. With the Cruel Reality, it demands they play 2 cards a turn, and their commander costs so much mana, this could be very difficult for them. And I don't see a reason to hold lands in hand. It's not like we're going to redo anything with it. Yeah, this Cruel Reality can really pin them down. It's kind of like Shieldred, except that you can't just kill it because it's not a creature. Alright, well, they got around it very effectively. That's unfortunate. But this is why I'm not a big fan of it in the format. But we'll see. It's not over. It is definitely a harassment kind of spell here. But that was definitely one of the strongest things they could have done in the face of it. The heck did they just do? They put a flying counter on a bird. Okay. Alright, so do we have... Was this the bow? No, this was not the double basic. Oh, no. Oh, crap. Whoops. Alright, that was bad. I obviously... Oh. They scooped. Little did our opponent know we were not going to do anything at all. I should have obviously cracked this to draw 2, but the game of everything it could tap this. Yeah, that was a mistake. I obviously should have just drew 2. And I should have paid attention to my lands. I had both of my basics in play, so that was a huge... That was a quantum mistake. In fact, I went from potentially doing something for the turn to doing literally nothing except discarding a card that didn't do anything. So, good thing our opponent scooped, I guess, because they were going to get another turn. It's almost like they time warped me, actually. It was kind of a mistake. Whoops. But yeah, from that game, we can attest that Golos in the command zone would have just been strictly better. Unfortunately. Ooh, we're 1 land short. Yeah, 2 and 1 green, discard a card. No, wait, no, that would have been worse though, because this spell would have said discard a card, so you'd have to discard another card. Oh no. We have a green, so the gift is on. Yeah, I won with nothing to myself. This does not feel good, though. Blue-black, so counter spells if I'm relying heavily on... Oh, man. No. YOLO? Alright. Alright. I'm liking the vibes. Oh, made it. Got there. Easy. First try. Laying right off the top. There are 40 lands in here, so... Please don't have a discard spell. Alright, so they have basically the Bitter Blossom, except it gets really stronger. It's like the Bitter Blossom that gets tall and not dummy thick wide. We drew one of our basics, so Cultivate gets worse. We kind of want to hit lands still. But yeah, this is like a Bitter Blossom, except it all goes on one creature that eventually will get lifelink. Ooh, amass cards. I've never played against amass cards. So that's cool. So just kind of... The downside of that strategy is you have to go all in on one creature, and that's obviously never a good thing to do. Especially in this format. Kind of the same reason why when commanders have no enter the battlefield effects, they are at a disadvantage, because they don't do much when they just die. If you have to pass the turn, it's hard to do that. But not impossible. And we are basically running 2 commanders. One of them just draws like 8 cards randomly. Alright, so they're saucing us with the beatdown. This is 1 life learn. Okay. What do they discard? Sure. Alright, so we can play our commander, right? No, we can't. We have to play this untapped. Oof. Is that worth it? Or can we just go here? So we play land, gift. I really want to pull off this ultimatum. It feels really important. So I'm going to try to just get Jodah to work. And I think we can try. Yeah. But in this scenario, if we just had Golos, we could have guaranteed the land, which would be the World Tree. And then we would just be able to cast this from hand, not relying on him to stay alive. So let's hope he doesn't die. If Gift put me into Mardu mana better, I think I could cast it. I could put it like No, we're not gonna want it. I could put it like... Actually, all of our... No, this one doesn't. So I could put it here. And then it'd have 1, 2, 3, 4... I'd have 5, 6... I'd be wicked close to casting it, but fortunately we pulled it off. Well, I mean, did we though? We can play around a counterspell. No, we can't. Not really. We can play around a Censor. There's no way they're running Censor. Whatever. All in. Sweet. No counterspell. Nice. Okay, they play their commander. This thing comes out of the graveyard over and over, right? Yeah. So it's kind of like a 4/3 that will harass me for the rest of my life. I can go get Agent of Treachery. Feels kind of good here. Or like Zakama or something. Though I kind of think I should get Ulamog. Agent's alright, but Ulamog seems like the strongest card in my deck, so I should probably just get that. And I'll put this on you. I could Torment of Scarabs taking 2, but I don't think I want to. It's also not doing much here. They're just going to lose 3 life a turn, and it's going to take a while for it to start making them discard. And also, making your opponent discard cards is not the best thing to do in a zombie deck, because they might actually want to do that. This has to be 6 or greater. I can't get Golos. Okay, they kill my Doge. Kill my little boy. Take 4. But now they have to deal with Ulamog. And Ulamog is good. So I'm going to exile 2 lands, I think. It just makes it more difficult for them to deal with it. I don't care about the creatures in play, because this is going to keep happening, so dealing with this doesn't do much. And exiling their commander's not that big of a deal unless it was going to one-shot me. But I had enough life to take another swing, so it wasn't super important that I closed out the game there with the creatures. It's one of my additions, yeah. It's pretty good though. I like it. It's just another card that allows you to pull a card out of your deck that justifies Jodah, because you can get Ulamog, and that's something that Golos wouldn't be able to cast the turn you play it and then untap, because you'd be at 7 in that scenario, where Jodah would be on up to 10, because you can cast stuff like Zakama and stuff. I'm gonna mulligan that. Zakama's not the strongest one here. We're 1 land shy of doing anything too good with this hand. There's 40 lands in the deck, though, right? Well, 38 right now, because there's 2 in hand. 38, 92. We need to hit 1 land over the course of 2 turns. I kind of wish I was on the... fine. YOLO. It's interesting, I've never really played against someone with a companion before. Maybe it's too difficult to pull off. Or just not common. Oh boy. I'm not going to waste this time doing nothing. I am going to just foretell. I don't want to not do anything. I could have left up Bonecrusher Giant. Oh, thank God. It is a tap land, though. That's not good. We have 2... We're going to do this, too, actually. We have 2 3-mana rocks here, so... For Tiller. Dang. I really wish I left that... Wow, I really wish I left that Bonecrusher Giant. Because now I feel like I have to play... Wait, let's pay attention. We got Jeskai mana. This taps for... So we need green or black. I think there's more green sources in the deck. But we need green before we need black anyways. So I'm going to do that. I would really like to kill this, though. But I can't if I play a Mana Rock. But the Mana Rock isn't doing much for us in this instance. We're just going to do this. I regret foretelling the Doomscar. I should have left up Stomp. I mean, there's no way to know I was going to be able to kill something, but you never know. At the beginning of your upkeep, blah, 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 blah. Okay. So, what does this do? Put counters on the target exit power of the game says. Put counters where this is his power. Okay. I have no way to deal with it. Not a strong... this is annoying. I can't even guarantee to cheat anything. Well, I don't have anything in hand that's worth Jodah Sing, obviously. So, all right, we'll just run the Mana Rock out. Actually, that's fine. Your Bard class deck, yeah. That's funny. All right, so something gets 2 counters. That's actually pretty fast here. I'm gonna cast Doomscar, I think. All right, that was an unfortunate draw, but you get what you get sometimes. I could just cast Golos and block something. I'm fine with that. It gets me the World Tree, which is really, really important right now. I think getting the World Tree is more important than anything. Yeah. Yeah. We need the World Tree right now. So we're going to go cheat that into play. Really wish this was a Hour of Promise, but that's what we get. Alright, so now any land pretty much unlocks our mana restrictions. And we still have the board covered. We also get more things under this Doomscar, which is good. Oh, we also get a Fight with Fire out of their hand. Nice. That could have dealt 10 damage to us at some point. Klexi boy. Alright, almost totally dead. So, good thing we're not totally dead. They don't have haste, right? No, no. Wait, does this give haste? It does. It has to be another creature, so we can cast this and Doomscar. Yep. Please don't have a haste threat or lightning strike. And then if they play their commander and that's all they do, I can Cruel Reality it. Okay, I can Cruel Reality that. So we can keep them off creatures as long as they don't have haste. This locks them out of their commander specifically, unless they do something in the same turn cycle. But we are really close to just dying. We have to turn this around quickly. We have to at least try to find a way to gain life, because being at 3 is a little dangerous. If we have like Gift of Paradise, we can go up to 6 and it feels better. Just a wee bit. Alright, they didn't play anything, so that's really good. We can't do much about that, though. So we play this, and we play extra turn here, I think. Get black here. Yep. Kind of need to start doing things fast. This wasn't the strongest turn cycle, but... Alright, that was good. It locks them under mana. We can take double red away from them, which is very strong. Yeah, Zakama needs to come in. That's funny. I can cast this and Ulamog, so I might as well get this into play for quote-unquote free, right? It's pretty much the same thing. I will just take these 2 lands out. Yes! Oh, thank God. Thank goodness. So in that game, we drew Golos, but Golos would have been stronger than Jodah in the command zone, again, so I'll give that one to Golos. Jodah didn't do really anything there. I guess it was a free cost 4/3 at the end, because I could cast it under Ulamog. So I got like an extra 4/3 Angel. I want to edit one of these cards. I'm not big on Stomp. I would prefer Lightning Bolt. I don't actually own Lightning Bolt, though. But I think I like Lightning Bolt. 8 mana Ujin is also a decent argument. You do lose your Jodah when you cast it, probably. But, that's probably fine, because you have an Ujin on 5. Or you cast a 5-mana Ujin or whatever. Yeah, I'm going to drop Bone Crusher. It doesn't Cultivate 2. There's only 2 basics, and we have an army of mana rocks, so that's fine, because we're running so few basics. So let's look for things that replace that. I kind of want 2 giant cost spells, because there's times where I don't have them in hand, and I would like them in hand when I have my commander. It gave me Storm Count, yeah. Gave me Storm Count. Yeah, the 9 life stuff. I haven't bumped into any, ever. I've not once seen someone play that. But you have far more effective ways to already deal with that. This makes them lose life, so you don't have to worry about it. Ulamog can exile it. Zakama can blow it up. Casualties of War can blow it up. River's Rebuke can unsummon it. You have so many ways to deal with 9 lives that I don't like running the Stomp outside of just an early value. It is a card you can cast for 2 mana because it's on the 3 mana card with the companion. There is something there with that. I like that. You can blow up. Yeah, you can blow up the 9 lives, right? I'm talking about Solemnity, not 9 lives. 9 lives doesn't do anything if you don't have Solemnity in play. If they just put themselves to 9 life and you just have to deal 9 damage to them. That's basically what it says on its own, and that's not very strong at all. Without the Solemnity, which you can obviously take care of in like 60 different ways. Shoot, Ulamog can literally mill them out. Like you can just completely forego the 9 lives when you have Ulamog. So Nezahal, ooh, the Shroud enchantment first. I don't know what you mean. Oh, you mean in the red? Yeah, the green-white thing gives the Shroud, and all your enchantments have Shroud or whatever. So yeah, you do start to rely more on Ulamog milling them, or, you know, Ruinous Ultimatum just literally blowing up everything. This would just deal with it too. You have so many ways to deal with it. I wouldn't use Stomp for that specific goal. It is a good card though, but that goal in mind is a little too specific. Especially how uncommon the 9 lives thing. Like, if you're trying to play around the 9 lives and close the game out, it's a very interesting sequence that would have to develop for that to be a thing. I almost want to run Zatalpa because it's like my favorite dinosaur. I feel like I should do that. Ghalta? No, not Ghalta. Meteor? No. Magma Opus. I actually like that. It's also another way to... Yeah, that's actually really good. Because it gives you a treasure token on 2. And you can't do anything else on turn 2 because you can't play things that cost 1 and 2. So that's actually pretty solid. I like that. And you can obviously cheat it into play faster than Golos would let you. Which is nice as well. If you didn't cycle it. I kind of like the other extra turn effect that I'm not running. The 5 mana Time Warp. That is not in this deck, and that's obviously an extremely powerful card. But Nezahal is strong too. It gives me something to do when I'm gummed up with lands in hand that don't do anything, and he does innately draw cards. Not against every format or deck, but at that point, I'd almost rather just play this though. The 7/7's great, but this is better against the blue decks because it can't be countered. This is a 7 minute sword. All right, that's all it is. I like that. I like that. That's cool. Oh shoot, it's already been an hour. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh goodness gracious. Yeah, I wasn't planning on making a video today, but I was playing this last night, so I felt like I was just gonna slap it in. I have World of Warcraft video games to play in an hour. I got Mythic Sylvanas. We're proggy woggying. Okay, so we have our Jodah payoff. It's a clunky sequence because our turn 3 is gummed up with the 3 mana rocks. So we don't just go into... Alright, wait, let me think. Boop. We don't go into like this into immediately Jodah Ulamog. But, kind of close. Kind of close. It's obviously a scenario that is faster than Golos, so let's see if we can pull it off here. I didn't even see what we were up against. Werewolves, creatures, and 1/1 counter. Okay, some weird thing. Alright, we play this in one of these lockets. We don't have black or blue. No, we do have blue, so black. And then this is blue, black, red, green, white. Alright, we got them all. Easy, easy. Yeah, it's a mana rock under the Keruga. I was wondering why this was in the companion zone when I first started playing, so I added like the 2-minute ramp spell, and then this went dark, and I'm like, wait a minute, I should read this. So we can just cheat. No. I think we're going to do a Shatter the Sky before we do anything, so this is a good turn to do this, I think. Or this. Actually, so this goes as a green. Gilded Lotus. I've never cast Gilded Lotus. That's pretty dope. Into Fierce Empath, getting Ulamog. I could get Zakama as well, but I think Ulamog is just obviously better, especially this early. We can hit them like really bad. But in particular, resetting their board is the big thing. 6-mana tap, put a counter each creature. Humans you control are Minidorks. Okay. They unfortunately found something that draws a card off of Shatter the Sky. I'm going to block. We were going to wipe the board. They have no way to give anything indestructible or anything like that. Can I play this first? 1, 2. Yes. Because this taps for 3. Temple. Wow, we can actually hardcast Ulamog. That's insane. 5, 6. Yeah, we can. We don't need a land. Oh my god. No, nothing you can do about this. Okay. Sure. Doesn't work the way you think it does. Unruly Mob. I love that. That's cool. He might have just been messing around, but you never know. People like, oh yeah, protection from waves. I'd be very surprised if someone hadn't had that happen before. Like being the first person to teach someone that protection doesn't avoid sweepers is pretty uncommon. Opponent might just scoop to Ulamog though. Can we still cast it? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We can no longer cast it. This has to be from hand? No. Okay, so we can actually still cost... Wait, can we? It costs 2 more. Does this let you do it? I have no idea. I have no idea. We can find out. But for now, we're going to get Cruel Reality because that's just better than using our brain to do anything else. So, whoop. Whoop. It's not super strong yet, but we can keep track of how strong it is over the course of this game. I'm pretty sure it costs 2 more, but we will find out. Sauce me with the 2. No, we're still at perfect life. How did we... Why are we at 25? Did we gain life this game? Am I tripping? Did we not take damage this game somehow? I feel like we did. I don't know. I'm tripping. We also drew Zakama. Okay, so this costs 5 off of Jodah. Let's see if it works. Nope, it doesn't. It doesn't. Oh, it does! It does. Even though we saw the mana cost, it had the 2 and then the 5 mana. No, it costs 5. Okay. So this is a complete and total replacement effect. That means if you have some sort of tax in play, Jodah gets through it. That's kind of funny. That's hilarious. Now, we didn't need Ulamog. We obviously had Zakama to just blow up the board. But, okay. We'll take it. That was a game that Jodah was stronger than Golos. So that's one for Jodah there. Alright, let's play one more game. Unless it's super short. Oh, I do like this deck, though. My favorite part of the deck is the companion. I want to try a Golos list with the companion doing the Mana Rock thing. That is so funny. Another benefit is you don't need one of each color for Golos. You can just boop, and then he gives you all your colors. Like, it's so night and day. What is this? They Call Me Greg is playing blue-red. Oh, God. If it's neither day or night, it becomes day. Excuse me, it becomes day. Yeah, absolutely. I can just swap out Golos and Jodah, and this deck would still operate just the way it was, but with a more consistent commander in the command zone. Instant sorceries cost X to cast. Whenever, God, the day-night thing is so confusing. But okay. This looks like some sort of spell-based day-night thing going on here, I guess. When day becomes night or night becomes day, put a counter on this. So this is sorcery where X is power. Oh, it's such a weird card. I've never seen this card ever in my life. Okay, there's the best card of all time. Can we cast it? Yes. All right, keep it there. We have Essica too, which is great. Shoot, even swapping Jodah for Essica would be cool. Because you're still on the demand that it survives a turn sequence and demand that you have one of each color. But this guarantees something where this doesn't guarantee, because obviously you need something in hand. Alright, so they play their commander. We're going to play Minorok, right? Yeah, that's what we're doing. Okay. Saucing us with the Scry 1. That's fine. Scry on top. Yeah, you're saying Essica's a land destruction deck? That's hilarious. So the Foretell, probably a counterspell. There's really nothing else that's going to be here. I'm not going to run into a counterspell on Jodah, especially if we can avoid ever casting Jodah. In fact, I'm fine if they counter a ramp spell. You're never upset when your opponent counters a ramp spell. So we can try to just let that be a thing. That's totally fine. Opponent doesn't. When does this flip? When it comes to night? Okay. Unfortunately, this is not where we want to be right now. This card is very, very, very slow. They can lose 3 life for a long time before it starts to matter. And then at that point, they can start discarding cards that are probably not that strong. And then they have to start sacrificing creatures, right? Like, it's so slow to start really ripping up. And we also need something stronger to do, like Nezahal, which means we need a land. Nezahal cannot be countered. It seems pretty strong against our opponent right now. Is it day right now? I don't even know. It's night? When does it become day? 2 spells on their own turn, so it flips if they cast another spell, which I think they're about to. They scry instead of draw. That seems weird. Might as well draw, right? Oh, of course, silly me. Okay. What does this do? Draw 10, or draw X if 10 is more. Ooh. Wait, what? Why would you... What? Okay, I don't take my opponent's deck for a beatdown deck, so that's weird. They have a pump spell in their deck. That's just not what I was expecting. Spells cost less when... Oh. Right. He has 9 power. Oh, that's pretty big brain. Look at that. That's cool. That's really cool, yeah. That makes sense then. Their spells cost 9 less. They built their own... And then they killed me with it. Draw a card, target creature can travel each card you draw. What? Okay, so my opponent played 1, 2... Oh, they shuffled their stuff away. I can't see it. They played like 5 cards I've never seen in my life, and it was insane. Some of the original werewolf mechanic, except it's a it's a universal werewolf trigger. It does the same thing. Cast 2 or cast 0 or 2 and it flips. It's the same thing. It's just like the most convoluted text I've ever seen in my life. Remember, if it's day, it could potentially become night if one of you do something that you wouldn't have otherwise done a turn before. Like, what? Okay, you might as well put it in Mandarin, you know? Don't even print the English version. I have a higher chance of knowing what it does. It's just like the text on it's weird. Like imagine you didn't even own the day-night token, so you had to like look it up, and then you're explaining to your friends sitting around, reading it out loud what they need to do to trigger it, because it's not like on the card innately. Like it's just it. Whoops, I didn't mean to do that. It's just really weird. But yes, the 0 or 2 spell thing. So yeah, I really like this deck strategy. Mostly the companion 3 and up thing. I like that a lot. I kind of want to make a Golos list with this. There's a couple things I would change. I would drop probably Omniscience. While I do like this card, it kind of plays against what you're doing anyways with a ramp style deck or something that is cheating stuff into play. So this is, while it's strong, you would rather this card itself be one of the very strong spells that you're casting that does something highly impactful. Like, shoot, even like Divination, right? Just drawing 2, because then it gives you more gas to do this instead, which is like kind of the name of the game there. So I would swap that out. I like Neza Hall. I like the can't be countered things. I think those are pretty solid, especially ones that draw cards. There's another River's Rebuke, I believe. I don't know the name of it. Return. This. It is you. You bounce your stuff as well. But if you bounce 4, you get to replay one of them. That's not super unlikely, but even still, I do think this is decent. But this one's probably just stronger, typically. Excuse me. If you're playing Golos, then you can pick up Golos and replay him, which is pretty solid, right? It's something you want to do. And it also deals with hexproof and shroud things, right? Resetting your entire opponent's board when they have like a wide range of enchantments and stuff seems nice. Whelming Wave? Whelming Wave? What is that? It's a card I don't own, apparently. Eternal creatures except krakens, leviathans, octopus, and serpents. That's funny. Look at that. Yeah, it's the blue. It's the blue Wrath of God, right? The closest you're gonna get. That's funny. It doesn't deal with like enchantments and stuff. But yeah, if you want to deal with the board, we don't have to worry about this because we have white and black. We can actually cast real sweepers, so we can rely on like River Tears and the other one to bounce the non-creatures, which would be the goal in that card slot. But yeah, I would drop Omniscience and put in at least the deck I would link in. Oh, same with Torment of Scarabs. The deck I would link. I do like Gigantha, never played it. Never got to play it. Has to be 3 or more. Idyllic Tutor was still pretty good. We could just run the other tutors, Grim Tutor and Masterminds. Those are universally good, right? It's never bad to cast this, and you can always find what you're looking for with those, and Jodah could just cheat and play whatever you tutor. I think those are just solid includes. Especially if you don't know what to add, then it's reasonable to just toss in some tutors. We have enough ways to deal with like things that Naturalize would deal with, artifacts and enchantments, I feel, so I don't feel obligated to run any of those. Teferi's Protection is also very solid. I almost want an additional sweeper. Shatter the Sky could just be Wrath of God, because there's times where your opponent draws a card, and there's times where the game is early enough where you didn't cast Jodah yet, so you're not gonna, draw the card because you have a power 4 creature. Also, killing your own Jodah and then drawing a card doesn't necessarily benefit you that much, so I'm actually going to replace that with Wrath of God. Oh, it's already in the deck. What's the one that's not in here? Day of Judgment? There it is, yeah. One of them was missing. One of them wasn't in here. Murderous Rider's another one, but I don't think you have to do that. I think we're fine with our turn 3, like, demands that it's a mana rock, sort of. But yeah, all right, that was fun. I liked it. Vanquish the Horde was that. Oh yeah, Vanquish the Horde. Yeah, I pulled one of these. That is a good one too. Usually people have more than one creature in play from time to time. How many creatures do they need in play for it to like keep up though? 2? No, 4. There needs to be 4 creatures for this to be at least a wrath. Yeah, there's something there. If you want more sweepers, this is one of them. Absolutely. But all right, I am done for now, Wowsy. Thanks for watching, guys. The deck was fun. I'm gonna mess around with it and probably slap in Golos here. Take him out of the main deck. I don't know what to replace him with. But yeah, like and subscribe, and I will be back next time with something saucier. I've played against some cool decks that I'd like to play myself, at least from what I can remember. I'd have to watch my own VODs. I'd take time out to do that. So, yeah, see you guys next time. Peace.